Shalom Israel. With ISUPK, start off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I'm Commander General Yohana, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians are and indeed make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Established 1969. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group. If it's not under Commander General Yohana, you're not in the truth. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Barakatham to all of my brothers. Yahweh Shemar Lathah, Hashem Yahushai, all of the sisters. This is Officer Kazak Shapar reporting in to teach the Friday night LASHAWAN QADASH class. It means holy language. And we're going to go over some matching here for our, that's the first thing we'll do, and then we'll get into maybe Revelation 12 and 12, abbreviated class, to talk about what's going on out here a little bit, about the devil, who he is. He's wicked, have but he's a great wrath, and he hasn't much time. That's why he's acting more and more wicked. So, you know, as you guys fill in the chat, it's locked for a second here. Get, let you see. Let's see. Okay. He has but a short time. We'll get into that in Revelation 12 and 12. But right now we'll talk about LASHAWAN QADASH, while we're here to teach and show you our language, the pure language. You know, LASHAWAN is language. Of course, we read Hebrew always from right to left. That's what we do. Hebrew comes into two types of Hebrew. There's Assyrian and there's Paleo. Of course, Paleo is the pure language. It's the original language that we have. Qadash means holy, or when you holy, you set yourself apart, you know, from the heathen. You know, we're not heathens here in ISUPK. That's why you get into the truth under Commander General Yohana, to understand not only our LASHAWAN QADASH, but that you'll understand who you are. So you'll understand that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are indeed the 12 tribes of Israel. You know, with the lost 12 tribes. We know who we are. LASHAWAN is means tongue. Okay? And so, it's, you know, we can spell it out like this. LASHAWAN, that's the Syrian. The Syrian language, and of course we have the Paleo over here, which has connectors, LASHAWAN. And we'll go over that real quick here. And this is QADASH. So we're reading it from right to left. QADASH. Of course, these are the characters right here. We'll get to these characters down here. We made some rearrangements here purposely so you guys can, so people don't chime in and say, oh, you got these all messed up. Yes, I do got them all placed in different sectors and different areas so that you can straighten them up for me. That's the whole point of class. QADASH. That's a Q there. Qua, da, that's a David. That means da, that little triangle, and sha. So it's qua right here, da, and sha. Take the A off, we don't need it. Okay, and then of course we have the same Assyrian. This is Assyrian right here. And that's Paleo, of course. Right there, Slovakia. Paleo. And the Assyrian, the language that we had in our captivity. We were caught in captivity in Babylon, Media Persia, Greece, Rome, Syria. We've been in Africa, you know. We've been in captivity for many nations have had us in captivity. And of course, when we were in the Syrians, they took our LASHAWAN QADASH in red here, our Paleo, and turned it into their symbols, but they kept the same sounds, of course. This is qua, and then that's like, this is qua, and T, that T looking thing there, it's actually a da, like this, known as a da. And then of course you have this little W here, that's Sha. So it's LASHAWAN QADASH, which means holy language, set apart. Why do you need a language to set you apart? Because we're set apart people. You know, we're not heathens, you know. We'll talk about the heathens, the wicked, and the devil, and who they are, and what Revelation 12 talks about them. So, and also in Hebrew, to say it again, the paleo, this is LASHAWAN. The paleo has what we call connectors in Hebrew. And in Hebrew, in the original language, to make it understood, you have La, that L there, right here, way over there, that L. Sha, this Sha, right here. And Wan. So we have to say La, this upside down, I'll write it for you again here. This upside down U represents independent connect. That means it holds its own sound, La. And then Sha, there it is. It holds its own sound. So, and Wa. And Wa, right here. And Na makes a complete sound. So that's why we say Wan, LASHAWAN. We say LASHAWAN. So we make this a dependent connector because this Wa, that symbol there, and this symbol here, Na, makes one sound, and we call it Wan. So we say LASHAWAN. And so, you know, if you're studying to learn more about Hebrew, you need to understand connectors, how they hold together. You have independent connectors and dependent connectors. And Hebrew has, over here I'll write down, we have 22 of these characters. You know, and I'll get into about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna get into 7 of them here and showing you the differences and how they vary. And I'm gonna let you match them up. And hopefully when you get into class here, so you'll understand. And they have 2 vowel sounds. The ah and the I. The ah and the I. That's 22 characters. Here. Yeah, there we go. 22 characters and 2 vowel sounds. So if you notice here, we have ah, ah, ah. See that ah there? See that A there? That represents ah. I don't have the I up here, but if it was, it would be, here's one down here. That's an I. An I looks like that O. But anyway, that's what Hebrew comprises of. We have a pure language that has connectors. And the paleo, right here, that's what they are, LASHAWAN QADASH. On the outside here, we have the Syrian. We'll get into that real quick here. We'll get into the Syrian. The Syrian language, this is an L, that's the Sha, that would be the Wa. That's the Wa right there. Right, that's the Wa. And this ending character over here, we have what we call an ending character. That represents an N. And I'll, right here, on this character, right there, I'll point an arrow to it. That character, that's what an N looks like right here in Assyrian. Now, normally, the N wouldn't look like that. You know, normally, that N, let's erase this off the board, that same N, over here in Assyrian, you come over here, LASHAWAN QADASH, you know, you have the ending N looks like that, sort of like a 7, sort of like that, sort of like that, okay? That's what the one on the end looks like, okay? But when you're writing them right here, let's get this straight here. Here write it down a little better than that one. Sorry, I was sloppy. Okay. Let's see if I got some room over here to write this in black so we can see it a little better. Right there. Okay. Now, the end in Assyrian looks more like this. Like that. That's what a normal end looks like in Assyrian. Like that. And we'll get into it here in a second here on some of these other words. But when you go to the ending in Assyrian, you want to use this one. Why? Because that's just the rule right here. So when you say LASHAWAN, we're using some words as demonstrators here. When we say LASHAWAN, that end right there, in Paleo it will look like this. But in Assyrian, it looks like this. LASHAWAN. But if it occurs at the end of a word in Assyrian, it's going to look like this. Like this one. Normally it looks like this. Like that character. In Assyrian. We're talking about Assyrian now. Because Assyrian, the only characteristic Assyrian has is the ending character. And of course it looks different. So it sort of looks like chicken scratch because the original language doesn't look like that. It sounds the same, but it's not the same. So lock for a second. Let's make sure. Let's check this chat over here. Check what we got going on. I know we started class a little bit. Yeah, okay, there we go. A little bit early for our agenda. Yeah, okay. But that's I wanted to get the LASHAWAN QADASH out the way here so people understand where it came from and how many characters we have. 22. The ending characters in Assyrian and the connectors in Hebrew. Okay? And Paleo Hebrew, I'm sorry, Slavic. Okay. And of course, we also have, let's get on this side over here. And LASHAWAN QADASH, of course, in our sounds, let's rake this over just a little bit more. Before I get into everything else here. Let's get into in Assyrian. The first in Paleo, the first sound you have is this. That's ah. And of course, that's in Paleo. Looks just like that, okay? You're taking notes. And of course, in Assyrian, we'll do it over here. We'll do it like this. In Assyrian, it looks like this. Oops. Like that. Okay? This sort of looks like this. This is Assyrian right here. The blue kind of running low there. The ah symbol. It looks like a sideways A, just like that, okay? We'll go over, until we get going here, we'll go over the character a little bit, because it's a refresher course, because we need to before we get into our matching up here. Matter of fact, let me write that up here so people understand what in the world we're doing here for our matching. There we go. We're going to be matching these and showing them that they're erroneously wrong purposely. For me, that's what I did purposely. So you'll see, we'll see how to make it up, make the difference up. But right now, that's ah, okay? Let's get into another character. That's what it looks like. So you say, when you say ah, like you'll see the Paleo, you see the Assyrian. Let's get into ba. Let's just go down a little bit. We know people are working hard, getting off work, having to come into class, you know, keeping up things. Let's see some people who joined class already. We have Adrian Clay Ferguson, all right. Sister always join class early. Adrian, what we're doing now, to all the people that have joined in class, we're going over the characters before we get into our matching. So I'm gonna get you involved right here, then I'm gonna go over a little lesson study here about the wrath of Satan here. We're gonna go over having great wrath. Okay? So let's go. Let's see, we have Ba over here. Ba looks like this. In Paleo, that Ba looks like this. Now, it doesn't matter how many times I write this on the board. It's going to be a little different, but you have to study to show yourself approved. I just read that text. A workman need not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. That means you got to study this. That means if I show you and teach you the best I can, you got to go home, write notes, and compare them. Okay, that's Ba. And in Assyrian, that same Ba looks like this. It looks like this. Okay? More than like that. Okay? That's Assyrian, that's Paleo. And remember, the Paleo has ending characters, and we'll get into that when we find a character. There are 5 of them in Assyrian. And of course, the Assyrian has ending characters. There are 5 of them. The Paleo just has connectors. Just remember that's what we're keeping up with, okay? That's Ba, and of course, let's do another symbol. We'll work on this just a little bit, just as a refresher as you guys go. Ba, then we have what we call Ga. That's God. And so, in our sound, it says Ga, like God. Remember, we have A or Ah sound right there. We have 2 vowels. It's going to be Ah or I. In this case, it's Ga, Ah, Ah, Ah. So, Ga and Paleo looks like this. Looks like that. Sort of a sideways 7, you know. And then we, of course, in Assyrian, that same God looks like a little walking man. That's how I used to remember it, right here. I know some of the other officers have a different way of describing it. But like, once again, I'm just kind of refreshing till we get into class a little heavier here, and then we'll move on to something different. But I'm just going over the characters. You call them alphabet, but they're actually the characters. God looks like this. That's Paleo in black, and down below here, that's Assyrian. They took our characters right here in Paleo and made it look like that, but the sound is the same. So let's see who else is joining class here. Daquan. All right, Daquan. Good to see you in class, bro. Daquan. Okay, good. Pay attention. Here we go. This is what it is. God. We're on God now. You know, always grab a pencil and paper and write things down that we're doing. God, like that. That's the Assyrian, and that's the Paleo up here. Let's move on to the next one. The next one will be, if anybody in the chat right now, what would be the next? See if you guys remember. What's the next character? Ah, Ba, Ga. If you're in the chat right now, see if you can write down what is the next character. Ah, Ba, Ga. What's the next one? Let's see what it is. See what you can remember about it. See if you can remember what it looks like. You know? put these on the board here as an evidence for right now. There we go. Something like that, okay? All right, let's see who's the next symbol. Abba, Dequan, there you go. Get that brother a hand, man. Shoot, Dequan got it going on. Give him a hand. Give him a hand and clap right here. Dequan said da, and that's exactly what it is. That's a da. That brother's been paying attention right there. I know, Adrian, you know it too. I know you do. That's the da in Hebrew. Looks like a triangle, okay? All right, and also in Paleo, it looks like a T. Now we're doing this because we want to make sure that you guys, we try to go over it every week, some of the symbols, so you'll understand. I'm writing the Paleo up top and the Assyrian down below. Like I said again, the Assyrian is the language of our captivity, you know? They took that Assyrian, thrust it upon us. They kept the same sound, da. So, but they made their new symbol. Looks like a little T. So make sure you write that in your notes. Al-Baghdadi, that's good, Daquan. Curse, that's good. Let her get your name. Da, symbol like that. So let's move on to the next one. Al-Baghdadi. And I'm going to say it, I'm going to give it to you. We'll skip one. Al-Baghdadi. Then we got what? Al-Baghdadi. Ha. Now, up here on this ha right here, do you see, I have a, well, I ain't going to get into the matching right now. I don't want to mess things up. Ha. What does ha look like? Okay? That's the whole key. Ha looks like this. I'm going over this so when I do the exercise, you'll be able to have something to go by. Ha looks like that. But in Paleo, it turned around and looked like this. Okay? That's what it looks like when we're matching here. See our oppressor. He took and orchestrated that. Gave us different symbols right there. Okay? That was his job. That's why, you know, he beating us down here. Beating us down in the street. And Lamentations 4:18 said that we can't even walk in our streets. Giving us bad, I mean, that's what it is, you know. But that's what we have to learn what they did, because they wrote a lot of things in the Tanakh. Of course, we have the Tanakh and also our language in the Paleo. We have it here. Okay? Also, but what we read every morning in the Hebrew class on Sabbath, we read it out of the Syrian. Okay? So that's ha. That's what ha looks like. So Al-Baghdadi, ha. Let's go to the next one. Let's see if you guys know what the next one is. What's the next one? Let's see. I'll hide that a little bit so you can't see it. We know it's going to be an A. Matter of fact, I'll write it out. I'll write it out for you. Show you what it looks like. Well, what is that? And of course, in Paleo, it looks like this. I mean, in Assyrian, it looks like that. But what is that? What goes in front of it? I said Abagada. Ha. So what is that? What goes in front of that A to make this? What is this symbol? Abagada hahu. What? Almost gave it away. Tell me what it is. If you're in the chat, tell me what that symbol is. You know? Don't look up here because we're going to match these. Inevitably, those are wrong right there. So, but tell me, what's this next symbol? Abagada ha. What's the next one? It looks like this little Y, like a slingshot, or a little 7 looking thing in the Syrian, but the Paleo. So what is that? Let's see who's checking in over here. Sharabana. Very good. Got Shara. We're doing a little refresher course. We're going over the course of some people. It may be the first time. But anyway, I'll go ahead and give it away. It's wa. It's a wa. Just like that. Okay? And that's the whole point. That's the whole point of studying these. As a matter of fact, I'll put it up here so you guys can understand it. We'll go over this. Why don't we just go over these real quick here? It won't take but a second. Right there in front of you. Okay? Wa. That's that sound right there. Wa. So the next one. So, let's go to the next one. Like I said, Hebrew has 22. 22 characters. I think somebody wrote it down for me. Let's see. Give them credit for that. Yeah, you said wa. That's very good. The wa. Daquan said it was a wa. He's right. It's right here. Awa. That's exactly right. So we're going to go the next one, and you're right. Absolutely right. You got it. Awa. Then we're going to say the next is za. See? So, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za. Okay? The za looks just like a regular Z right here. Okay? That's what it looks like. Looks like a regular Z. In Paleo. But in Assyrian, what does it look like? It looks like right like this, like a sideways T. Sort of like that. Yeah. Okay. Maybe not as quite as pronounced, but it should be. But it looks like that. Okay? Za. And of course, we have ka. The next symbol. And then we'll stop and we'll go over our matching here. Let's do ka here. Let's see what this ka looks like. We have ba, ga, da. Ha, wa, za. We did the za. Now we're going to do a ka. Looks like a step ladder, remember? If you do these every week, you'll start to memorize them. Okay? And of course, the ka here looks like this. Okay? Now, sort of like that. In Assyrian. The Syrian looks like this, and the Paleo looks like this one. Okay? It's important to know, that way you'll get an understanding about what these things look like. So we did the first row, we'll stop. Let's get into something else here on that same thing. Let's try this, okay? I try to do this in an effort so people can learn, but you have to teach yourself really. All I'm doing really is showing you, and you'll have to figure out how to make these symbols. Well, let's go up here. You have to figure out, not necessarily how to make it, you got to figure out in your mind what it looked like. So, we're going to do some matching here. Now, I purposely made all of these wrong. There may be one up here that's right. Matter of fact, I think there is. I purposely made all of these wrong, okay? What I want to do, let's see how I can do this. Yeah, I did it because they look so much, there's so much evidence of that they look the same. They look the same. The ha, the tha, and the ka, they look the same. So let's give it some numbers where you can type in here. This helps you to remember, because these little lessons will help you to remember these, okay? So let's just start with this. Let's call this 1, 2, and 3. Okay? Let's call this 1, 2, and 3. Now I mixed them up. I want you guys to match it up for me. Starting with this right here. Starting with this one for our matching. What we're going to do is match the symbol to the sound. Ha, if you can remember it, okay? As a matter of fact, I'll help you out right here. I'll put these back up here. You know, for most people, you know, all the officers understand you don't have to, let's let the troopers and the sisters work on this exercise. And of course, some of the troopers who need this is good for you. I say ha is 1, tha is 2, ka is 3. But down here, I'm having the symbol. This symbol is 2, that's 3, and that's 1. They're not in order. But I want you to match them up for me. All right, and ha. Ha, okay, ha. Let's start with the first one. Let's start with the first one. Because it's called familiarity, you know, to get it, to get the, if you can match that symbol with the sound, then you begin to understand. Of course, this is an Assyrian right here, not Paleo. That's an Assyrian. I'll get to some Paleo ones in a second. This is an Assyrian. It's good to know both of them, so don't worry about it. This is Assyrian. If you don't know, this is a good time to start learning. It's on the board up here. If you can pick it out, that's fine too. So, ha. It's a matching. What we're doing is matching. Ha, right here. Which one of these symbols do you think is actually the ha? Is it 1, is it 3, or 2? Tell me. I'll give you guys a chance. It's right in front of you. It's right in front. I'll put it on the board there. As a matter of fact, let's put it in order here so it won't be just like that. Okay? I put it, and we're working on ha. The sound ha. One at a time here. Out of these symbols right here, out of these symbols are labeled 1, 2, 1, 3, and 2. And this is 1, 2, and 3. It doesn't matter how I do it, just match it. That's the point. Let's see who's got it. Ha, we're working on ha. So which one of those is ha? Daquan put 1, Asha, glad to have you in class, brother. Troop. Let's see. UPK, Asha. Okay, glad to have you in class. Daquan said 1. So he says that is this. Ha is this. Is he right in Assyrian? So we'll wait for somebody else. Shara, she said the same thing. Shara said 1. Okay, in other words, Shara is saying this right here is 1. Because they're saying they're picking out this symbol right here. So I wrote it down right here. Is that a ha? Well, I got it way over here under this one right here. You know, ha, ba, and ka. So if you can identify it, then more than likely you'll begin to pronounce it, enunciate it. Okay, Shara and, okay, from Spartanburg, good. Daquan, so far y'all said that, and you're absolutely right. Give y'all a hand. Both of y'all are correct. Daquan, my brother, you're right. My sister, Shara, you're exactly right. That is correct. That's ha right here. Goes to this one right here. Okay? I left, well, maybe I need a little bit more space in there, right there. Okay? That ha. That's it right there. Okay? We'll erase this off the board. That's good. All right, let's move on to the next one. We'll get these down here, then we'll move on to the next side over here. We'll do some matching. I like to do this before I get into class a little bit further so you can understand how about your Paleo and your Syrian. So, and then we're doing a little exercises so you can begin to identify it a little better. All right, let's do this. Let's do ka. Let's do ka. Ka. All right? Y'all come on. Tell me. Y'all wake up. Let's wake it up in here. Ka. Which one of these is ka? Okay. Which symbol? I'm saying Ka is 3 up top here. It's 3. But down below is 1, 2, and 3. So which one is it? Which one is Ka? Probably don't even need this right here. I don't even need this up here. I know it's Ka. Yeah, we don't even need this right there. Yeah, we don't need that. We know it's Ha, Ka. So I can learn as I go. Okay, but which number is Ka? Which number is Ka? Somebody tell me. Okay, let's see what y'all got. Shira. Oh, y'all ain't did it yet? Y'all still on that? Y'all okay? Let me know. While y'all drinking y'all Ka and y'all water and your coffee and your refreshments or whatever, Israel, you know, sit back and tell. Officer Kazak. That starts with my name, Ka. Okay? Which one of these symbols? Is it 1, 3, or 2? You know? Let's put this 2 over here. So it would be way over there. There we go. Which one is it? You know it's not 1, so it's only going to be one of them. So, but I mean, if you want to say 1, that's fine. Well, which one of these is Ka? Is it this one, that one, or that one? Which one? Let's see what we got in the chat. Shara said 3. Daquan said 3. All right. We'll keep going. They're saying that is this symbol right here. And it's good that you can recognize it, because when you recognize symbols like that, that means you're ready, you're learning. Every time we go and put stuff up on class here and go over stuff like this, that means you're getting sharper and sharper. And before long, you'll be speaking this language. You'll at least know the symbols. You'll know the symbols. You'll know the characters. By knowing the characters, you can make words like LASHAWAN, QADASH. You know, you'll understand. Of course, you look the word up, then you build your vocabulary. That's what it's all about. Sharon Daquan said 3. They're saying this one right here. That. I'll wait for other people. Shah and all y'all. Adrian. I don't want to put you on the spot there, but if you want to join in, that's fine. You know, that's fine. I mean, if you just want to sit back. But people who are growing in this, the Ka, the Tha, and the Ha. So far, we got 2 people that have said that is this symbol right there. Is that true? Put in your brick. What you think? Give you guys another 10 seconds here for class. Put your brick in. Put your brick. What you think? Got other people? Okay, but they're right. You know, they're exactly right. That is Ka. Ka is this symbol right here. I got it on the Tha, of course, just to confuse you a little bit. Not, just to, so you get you to match it, not real confused. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't confused if you know this. All right. So obviously, that's very good. That's Ka. So obviously, Tha must be the other one. So let's put them in proper perspective here. Let's put Ha over here, right there, like that. Let's put the other one has to be Tha. That's all that's left. That's the Assyrian, okay? And of course, this has to be Ka. All right? Right, just like that. Okay? That's the proper way to say these right here. All right? All right? That's what it is. Now, so we got them in place right here. In Assyrian, you have Tha, Ka, and Ha. Now let's do something else here. While we got it, let's go ahead and put the paleo, what that looks like in here. What does Ha look like? It looks like this, right here. Under that symbol, in paleo, it looks like that. Just like that. The Ha, I'm just lining them up. Just lining them up here. Ka, okay? Well, we see it here. Over here, it looks like this. Okay? Just like that. And of course, we have the thought way over here. But in the paleo, I'm sorry, I got that wrong. The bottom line is paleo. That's paleo. Okay? The top is Assyrian. All right. This is now, and to reiterate again, the bottom one will have connectors. If you want to use connectors, that's your term. That's your time to bring out connectors in class. So you'll understand a little better. Okay, good. All right. Okay. Now let's go over here. Let's go over here to the other side, and I'll just kind of. I wanted to really erase that. Yeah, as far as room is concerned, before I get into something else. Okay, let's work on the other side. Now, I'll number these right here. I'll say this is 1. Oh, that ain't right. We don't want to do that. I'll say this is 1. This one is 2. This one is 3. And this one is 4. All right, let's go with the, let's say, ka. Let's start off with that one. Ka. It's a, ba, ga, da. Ha, wa, za, ga. Ta, ya, ka. Okay? Now, manasa, avataza, kwarashata. Okay? But here's what we want to do. What are we doing here? What is ka? What symbol is ka? Is it, yeah, I better not do that right there. Yeah, that's wrong. Let me, reason why is, let me do that one a little bit last. Okay, let's do this one. Let's do the wa first. Let's do the wa. Sorry about that. Over on this side. Okay. Yes, in Assyrian. Which one of these characters is if we bring out on the board? 2, 1, 3, or 4. Which one? These are Assyrian characters, not Paleo. These are Assyrian characters. If you look up here, you'll see that. Assyrian characters. Which one is the wa? Tell me what number it is. Just type it in. Is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 1? Is it 4? And I don't care if you look at the board I got in front. That's why I put it there. Because I want you to, Shira 3. Okay. She wrote down, Shira said 3 so far. She did this. She said it's this. When you think about the rest of the class, Shira did this. If I'm communicating to one person, then I know I'm communicating to all of them. That means we all got it. We all got it on track. That's the whole point. Okay? All right. She said it was that symbol right there. She's saying it's this one. The one that's under na, she's saying is this one right here. That's what a wa in Assyrian looks like. I'm saying Assyrian right here. Assyrian, okay? That's what the wa in Assyrian look like, okay? And that's the whole point of matching. What we're doing here. Adrian, all right, Adrian and DeQuan, y'all said it, so you're correct. That's exactly right. Give y'all a hand. That's exactly right. Exactly right. So that means you're paying attention. The wa is actually looks like this. So if it looks like this in Assyrian, okay, while we got it down here, what does it look like in Paleo? Let's find out what it looks like in Paleo. So let's do it. We find it over here. Right here, Paleo looks like this. Should just use the red there, actually. Looks like that. Okay? That's what it looks like in paleo. Okay, sort of a slingshot right here, and maybe a half slingshot over there, or 7 or whatever. I'm doing these because if you notice, class, if you notice, all of these symbols have a resemblance to each other. On this side, they look alike. Over here, they look alike. And that's why it's easy to match them. It's an easy lesson to match because they look alike, which makes it hard to actually match them. So, but it's easy for me to put it down because it invokes your mind. It lets you know that, hey man, you got work or you don't got work to do. But so far, a while, and you're exactly right. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay? Let's move on to the next symbol. Moving right along here. We won't stay on this lesson too long because we're going to get into something else real quick, so bear with me here. All right, let's go to this one right here. Ra. Ra. Which one is that Ra? Which one is Ra? Up here. Is it 2, that symbol? Is it this symbol? That symbol? Or that symbol? Notice I got this in green and that one in green on purpose. Because that's what I use for certain characters. So which one is it? We already know the Wa, so we got that one. We got the Wa. We dealt with process elimination. We got the Wa. We got the Wa. So is it Wa, Ka, Ha, La, Ra? We're going to use Ra, I'm sorry. Is it this one, 2, 1, 3, or 4? Now we've already used the 3. We matched it. We'll eliminate that one. So it ain't going to be that one. So which one is it? Is it 2, 1, or 4? Put it in the chat. Shara said, Daquan, let's see. 1036, yeah, okay, good. Daquan, we got something going on here. Daquan say 4. And Shara, what'd you say? 1? Can't see that. Shara said 1. Daquan, okay, good. All right, Daquan said 4. Daquan said it was this in Assyrian, and he said it was that one. As far as the rock concerned. And 1, right here, that right there. Shara said this, that one. Interesting. Y'all both put the green ones, but that's what y'all said. All right. Let me see who else in the chat writing down something. Let me see what y'all say. Shara said 1, Daquan said 4. All right, don't be, just write it. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Just pick a number. Even if you don't know, pick a number, because you may be right about it. Just pick one. Sort of like the lottery sometimes. Of course, we want to get it better than the lottery, though. But just pick one. Pick a number. Find out which one it is. Shara said this one. Quan said that one. That means they picked 1 and 4. All right? Interesting. That's it, because I'm just saying they're different. That's the whole point. Adrian Clay Ferguson say 2. All right. All right, let's find out here. Adrian said this one. Now that it matters. Now Adrian is 100% right on that. Y'all are right because you tried, but Adrian got it right. Give her a hand. Okay? Now let me show you the difference here. And that's why I did them like that. They look alike. That's what learning in Hebrew is like. You want to pick out, we want to pick out the symbol. Man, these things look alike. So, over here, if you notice, on this 7, that little 7 looking symbol, it is an occurrence on the ending of a ka, right here. So that's not the one. That's the ending character. That is actually the ending character right there for a ka. This symbol right here. That one. Okay? And it looks just like the ra. The difference is the ra is bigger, it's got a bigger swing on the top, and it's noticeable when you read it. You'll know, I know the difference. But you notice when you see this at the end, it's a shorter looking 7, more compact. It's more sort of like, that's why I made this one bigger than that one. Because that's sort of how it looks when you read it in the Tanakh, okay? So Adrian's right. So this one now, and over here, let's find out what the Quran had. He had like this character right here. Yeah, number 4. Now, if you look over here, that green, you'll find out that is actually an N. It's an N. It's an N. So this is actually a Na. But it occurs at the end of a word. So that's the ending character. That one right there is the ending character for a Na. It's an N. But over here, that R, that bigger one, and that purposely made like that because, I mean, if I were to make it a little bit bigger, I ain't got to, but it looks like that. This one, it sort of looks just like that. They look just alike, only one's got more of a curly top and one's got a straight top, one's bigger and one's not. That's the point. You'll never forget this lesson now. And you'll see that one, that little ka right there occurs at the end. But this right here is actually the ra right there. That's the real one right there. Okay? That is ra. Yeah, I don't want to make it look like it's... You guys get the point, I hope. That's a ra. If you guys got any questions, just put it in the chat. You know what you're doing. Great job. And I appreciate that because you're learning. It's a ra. That's what it is. Let's see what comments I have over here. Adrian, yeah, good. Good job, Adrian. Good job. Daquan, all of y'all. Good job. Okay. Shara. Okay, let's move to the next one. If there is a next one, let's see. So I think we got them. We kind of know all of them now because I kind of the process of elimination. But the point is, we learned something right there. And that's the whole point of doing these. You learn, actually, and every week we'll go over something like this to try to get your mind refreshed onto what we're doing. So, let's see. Okay. So to get them right, let's put them in their proper perspective here. Instead of having a ra here, this is actually a na. This is actually a na right there. Okay? This right here is actually a wa. These are Syrian, that's actually wa. Okay? All right? And this ka right here, that is ka. This one is the only one that was in its right place. And this, of course, right here is ra. Those are the characters that fit. That's what they're supposed to be. To reiterate, this funny, we won't need these anymore. This funny looking 7 here. Okay? Those 7s, they all look like 7, but they're total different characters altogether. This na is an ending character. It occurs at the end of an Assyrian. When you're writing Assyrian, it occurs at the end of an Assyrian word, like right here. Here's a good example. LASHAWAN. Right there. Okay? It occurs at the end. LASHAWAN. All right? That's what that is. That's an end. It's this end. LASHAWAN. Because it's at the end, it occurs at the end, you put that symbol that looks like that. I kind of overemphasize it right there. But of course, the wa, right there, you know, sort of like a 7 that's slightly pointed up to the top. As a matter of fact, if you were to extend it over here, it would look like a Z if you put another side to it, but then you would be wrong. Excuse me. That's not Z, of course, that's a wa. And of course the ka, it occurs at the ending sentence again. Right here, that ka. But it looks like that. Sort of a short little stack 7 right there. And here, the ra, of course, the ra symbol, right there. Okay? In Paleo, they will look like this. The ra will look like this in Assyrian, but in Paleo, it looks like this. Looks like a 4, okay? Ra. Now, the reason why I wrote these down, because if you can pick, these are some of the harder ones. This kind of helps you. I know people were asking, how do I differentiate between these? Here it is, right here. When you see these right here, look, they look similar. But I'm showing you the similarities, so when you get to look at them, you begin to understand, oh, okay. And if you write this in your notes right here, and then when you look at it on the board, you begin to dissect this. It's like playing a piano. The more you play it, the better it is. The more you learn LASHAWAN QADASH, the more there's comes familiarity to it, the more you understand. That's Paleo on the bottom, Syrian on the top. That's the Ra. Let's go to the Ka. It's important to know that Ka, because the Ka is an ending. You know, they all have their uses. Ka. And this is the, of course, if you want to do a Ka right here in Assyrian, it looks like that. And the ending looks like this. And that's the one we're doing. But in Paleo, it looks the same, only it looks like this with a little, like that, okay? Sort of sloppy right there, but this right here is Paleo. But these two are Assyrian. It looks like that, like a C. But the ending character for that one, for that same one, you wouldn't use this little C here symbol, which represents a Ka, at the ending if it's occurring at the ending. If it occurs in the middle of a word or sentence, a word, then of course you use that symbol. But if it's at the end, then you want to use this symbol right here, which is the same as that Ka, okay? All right. So let's go to the next one there. Wa. I'm spending some time on this guy so you can understand a little better. You know, the wa, when you see these, you know, and like I said, Assyrian, it looks just like that. Okay? Just like that. But if you notice over here, right there, it looks like this. There it is. Wow. This is Paleo right here. And that's the Assyrian, just like we said, right there, okay? And they're both was. They're both son wa. These are the more harder ones. These are the ones that give people trouble right here. These characters. That's why I wrote them on the board. And I think there's one more set. And of course, did we do the na? Yeah, we did the na. Did the ra. Okay, yeah. Okay, good. All right, good. Then we'll move on. But that's the idea. I think you guys got the point. You got the idea. And I'll leave them up there. I'll work with the bottom half of the board. All I'm doing right now is showing you the difference between these characters so you'll understand in an exercise. Let's go to the word wicked. The word wicked, wicked, rashai. Excuse me. Sloppy. Rashai. Rashai. excuse me. Like that. Then you have the Syrian over here. And Ra, Shai. Ra. And the connectors, we have, this is the R. Let's put it back up here again. Sloppy. Okay? There it is right there. That R. Right there. Okay? The Shah, because we're talking paleo right now. The Shah is right there. That W looking thing right there, that's a Shah. Since paleo has connectors, we have to break it down to connectors, independent and dependent. And so we say Ra by itself. Get back on this side of the board, sloppy. Ra, that R and that A, that's Ra. That is one character sound. That's this character sound right here, Ra. Okay? Because when paleo, then Shah, Ra's an independent connector by itself. And Shai, is this W looking thing here, that O. It'll be that W and that O. See that Shah and that I? Shah and I. Which makes a dependent connector right here. That means you got to join that sound together. This right here, this part of the Shai. And of course in paleo, you know, you don't have connectors, you don't have an ending character, so you just write R, Shah, and I, Ra, Shai. Just like that. And that's how you say the word wicked. We'll need these words here in a second here when we show you. After I read this, you'll begin to understand. The devil. Yeah, I want you guys in the chat. It's the call. Give me another name for the devil. Give me another name.
Sharon, most high Christ, very, very good.
Give me another name for the devil. What can you call him? I'll give you a hint. Starts with a D. Give me another name for the devil. Nakal. That's his name in Hebrew. And who is it? But give me another name first, and then we'll identify who he is. Okay? Matter of fact, I'll help you out here. Another name. Let's read. Go to Revelation 12 and 12. Okay? Therefore, rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth. You know, this earth, not the world, it's Aratazah. It's ground, well, firmament, that's what we're standing on here, this ground. And of the sea. Okay? For the devil is come down unto you. Now, he ain't nobody just standing up in the bottom of some pit holding a pitchfork with a red uniform on. You know, he ain't doing that. So what's another name for this devil? Okay, let's finish reading. Revelation 12 and 12. For the devil has come down unto you. Come down to who? To the people who is saying, woe. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens. You know, the Most High is talking to his children here. Woe. Then it says this. Somebody, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, but somebody called the devil is come down unto you. Come down to us. Having great wrath. The title of the lesson. Having great wrath. Write in the chat another name for devil. He knoweth that he hath but a short time. He ain't got much time left here. Okay, so who is, what's another name for this devil? before we say who he is. What's another name for him? Somebody, Quan got it right. Okay, yes, somebody else got it. Shara said Esau. Very good, thank you. The water officer, Sharp. Adrian, the press. Hey, listen, look at this. I got 3 good names here. Let's write these down. I like these. Somebody said, let's write these down here. Somebody said Esau. Very good. I like these. Somebody said, what was it? The deceiver. All right. And somebody said, I think it was it the oppressor? Let's see, let's write this down. Let's see. Yeah. Oppressor. Let's write that one down. I like this. Oppressor. Oppressor. Very good. Officer Charlotte's write you down. Officer Charlotte's write you down there, brother. Okay. All right. And you're all right. Esau, or you can call them Edom if you want to, Edomites. So everybody know who that is. I was looking for the name deceiver. So that's what it is. Because if you want to look up that word, that's what this word translates to. Deceiver. Nakal. Nakal. In the Hebrew. Nakal. You know, deceiver. Why? Because that's what he does. Let's read that text again, Revelation 12:12. Having great wrath. Look what he's doing out in the White House right here. Look at all these people. We ought to sit there and just look at them. Drink our beer, eat our bread, and sit back there. Well, Commanding General Yohanan has understood this for a long time, what this devil is doing out here. And he's brought up priests and prophets of the Most High to teach you what this devil is doing. AKA white man, better known as the white man. That's what you call him. Okay? He's a deceiver. He's Esau. He's trying to hide. You know about the old Romans? Deceiver. I'm sorry, we said that. An oppressor. That's what they are. That's what they've done. And why? What they doing? They're having great wrath. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens. Shemayams. That's what heaven means. Shemayams, the waters of the heavens. And ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Now, a lot of people, you know, back in the old days, people thought, oh, this is a pitchfork, you know, the devil. He's just going around here sticking people. Man, this ain't nothing but the Nakal, the deceiver. We learned that in ISUPK. Having great wrath. What have we learned? We learned that the devil is come down unto you. He's having great wrath. It's easy to see because he knows that he has but a short time. He has so much arrogance that he figured he just gonna go up there and just walk in there. Your Donald Trump styles. Your people getting shot, getting killed to try to prove their little point. That's what they call themselves doing. He ain't got but a short time. So don't y'all fret about it. All you got to do is keep the commandments. That's what Commander General Yohanan wants us to do. Keep the commandments. He don't want us to go out there and protest with them. Let them heathens rage. Why do the heathens rage? Because they ain't got sense to know that we're the children of Israel, or it'll give us the respect. The Most High is going to squeeze it out of them. And that's what he's doing. They're wicked. Rashad. They're devils. Nakal, all these nations that join with them. You know, head daddy of them all. He got but a short time. You know, he got but a short time, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Do not worry about it. All you got to do is just get an ISUPK of the Commander General Yohanan get in one of these classes like we're doing right now, my brothers and sisters are doing now, and you'll understand. Listen, a lot of people say, man, who's the Antichrist? Anybody that's against Christ. And that's what this deceiver is. If we don't, let's turn out the Antichrist. Y'all scared about this and that, and the mark of the beast and all this stuff. Let's turn to John 4 and 3. All right, let's see. Yeah, let's turn to 1 John 2 and 18. I'm sorry, sloppy. 1 John 2 and 18. Let's see what that says right here. Let's see what that says. 2 and 18. Yeah, there we go. 2 and 8. What was that? There we go. Little children, it is the last time, as we have heard, the Antichrist shall come. Even now, there are many Nicola's, Antichrists, or devils. There are many of them. Talking about, going around talking about, oh, the Pope is Antichrist. They all. There's many of them. Not just one. Barack Obama is. This one, that one. You know, Barack Obama is African anyway. But it doesn't matter. The point is, the deceiver, the Antichrist, they're Antichrist. That's what it is. Devil. They're wicked. You know, if they're not in the ISUPK, they're part of Christianity. You might as well count them too. Well, you know what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. Little children, the last time, and you have heard, the Antichrist shall come. Even now, there are many Antichrists, whereby we know that it is the last time. That's how we know. Okay? That's how we know. These Antichrists, they come down, man, they have a great wrath. Trying to destroy who they can. Let's find out. And what are they doing here? Let's go to 2 John 1 and 7. Let's go to 2 John 1 and 7. Okay? 2 John 1 and 7. Let's find out what he's saying. 1 verse 7. Okay? For many deceivers, these are entered into the world. Now, world is all these ages societies, okay? Into the world, the ages societies, many deceivers are entered into the world, not the earth, Aratazah, into the world, to all these ages societies all over. So you John 3:16 people could talk about God love all of us. No, the ages societies, he was talking about Israel, but it's a whole other subject. But many deceivers are entered to the world, ages societies who confess not that Jesus is come in the flesh. In other words, they don't care about Christ. Not the black, not the nigger Christ. They care about their Cesar Borgia. You know, that's who they care about. That's why they're devils. That's why they're wicked, okay? Let's finish reading. Who confess that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh. This is a deceiver and a antichrist. That if he's against Yahushua, Hamashiach Yahushua, if he's against my brother, my Savior, Hamashiach Yahushua, against Yahweh, then he's a devil. He's an antichrist. Christ died for the salvation of the children of Israel, for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. He's hunting us down in the street. Let's go to there for a second. Let's go to Lamentations. Now, real quick here. Get off subject here for a second. We'll stay on subject. Lamentations, it means crying or lamenting. And that's what Lamentations was doing. He was saying this. Lamentations 4:18. Let's see what he says. Man, it says this. As for us, let's go to 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed us. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In watching, we have watched for a nation. This so-called America here, this put together place of our captivity, have watched for a nation. that could not save us. If anything, they did this to us. Let's show what it. Let me show you what they did to us. These are some of the events that qualify them as devilish, wicked, antichrist. Many of them. The transatlantic slave trade. Got this from one of the officers. Salakia, to the men above me. The water, sir. Trail of Tears, Black Wall Street, George Floyd, Trayvon Martin, the atrocities we suffered. That's what. And what happened to them? What happened to them? They hunt our steps that we cannot go and our streets. Lamentations 4:18. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. They're talking about the end again. The end again. We have but great wrath. I'm sorry, Salaki. 12:12 talks about great wrath because it's got a short time. Well, if you look here, for our end is near. Okay? Soon. You see, they're cutting us down the street. The Most High's going to get them. He's going to pay them back. You don't got to go march with all these people. Okay? Cutting us down, left and right. All right? So, let's go to Amos 9 and 8. One of the officers gave me this while I was looking at one of their breakdowns here. Let's go to Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Most High power are upon the sinful kingdom. And that's exactly what this is. This is a sinful kingdom with all these antichrists and devils stuck up in here. Wickedness. Okay? Sinful kingdom. The Most High is looking. Behold, the eyes of the Lord, the Most High, are upon this sinful kingdom. And I will destroy it from the face of this earth. Now he is talking about this ground here. Aratazah. Haratazah, the earth. Ha-aratazah, the earth. He's talking about, he's going to destroy this wicked kingdom from this ground, saying, I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Most High. And of course, we're the house of Jacob. He ain't going to destroy us, but he's going to destroy all these wicked devils down here, a.k.a. white man, Esau, Edom, and all the nations that join with him. The deceiver, the oppressor. So thank you, class, for giving these words right here. The oppressor, Esau, is good. I was looking for the deceiver. Y'all gave me more. Cool. We'll take that. For the deceiver, okay? All right. And then we're going to go to, let's see some other stuff that they've done. Let's turn to, let's go to, wow, let's go 1 John 4 and 3. Let's see what it says. Let's go to 1 John, we describing this devil down here. We describe this wicked man. 1 John 4 and 3. Let's see. Okay. And every spirit that confesseth not Jesus Christ is come to flesh. They don't confess him. They confess sins of Bozier. Okay? All right? And the flesh is not of God. It's not of the Most High. It is the spirit of the what? Of the Antichrist or deceiver. Whereof ye have heard that it should become, even now already it is in the age of societies or world. It's here. Been here. What do you mean? I mean, this is not, they've been, look, this devil's been hunting us, put us over here in transatlantic slave. Black Wall Street messed us up. The Trail of Tears messed our Hispanic brothers up. Got people over our native Indians, got the people over the border, locked up in cages. So you telling me that these ain't deceivers? Put smallpox in the blanket? That's what they are. They're deceivers. They're devils. Nakal, or deceiver. That's what that word means, okay? In LASHAWAN QADASH. So make sure you write that down. Here it is in Paleo. Na, and then you join it together. Call, Ka, and La, join them together. And then over here in Syrian, na, called. There's no ending there's no ending character, so the L just, it's a regular L, There's no ending there. But that's what it is. Why? Because their characteristics is they're wicked. Rashad. You don't want to join up with this. You don't want to be an Uncle Tom. You want to hold your ground. Now's the time to hold your ground in ISUPK. Now's the time, it says get in class, get your name in ISUPK. Now's the time for the sisters to get your name in ISUPK. Now's the time for the troops to take your tests under Commander General Yohana. To get your name, come teach this truth. Now's the time to stand tall, be strong. This ain't the time to be missing the boat. This is the time to be getting in class and getting it together. Because all these antichrists have come forward. Let's see here. Let's see what Malachi, what is it, Malachi 1:14? Let's see what that one says. Let's see. Talking about it. Somebody asked that question a long time ago about Trooper. What's Antichrist? Anybody that's against Christ. I said, you're right, Trooper. And that's what it is. If he's against Christ, that's what he is. Well, who is that Antichrist? Okay, let's learn. What's the devil? Or anybody who joined him, you're part of it. But the devil himself is a deceiver. He go forth to deceive these nations. He's Nakal. He's a deceiver. He deceives our people and tricks us to eating pork, crab, shrimp, lobster, and it's detestable. Chitlins, oh my God. How in the world can somebody put their mouth or teeth or even think about biting on something like that? It makes me gag just to think about it. Oh my God. To eat crazy stuff like that. And that's what the deceiver did to us. Here, eat this. Cook it up, you'll be all right. They did that in the old days. They did that nowadays. And we still sitting up here being deceived by that. If you can't get off of that, how in the world are you going to understand the Most High? How are you going to understand to come and learn LASHAWAN QADASH? How are you going to come and understand these scriptures? How are you going to know they hunt you down the street if you still got some chitlin in your mouth? Some pig ears. Some roasted pig knuckles. Whatever else the delicacies that these crazy people out here got y'all eating. Our black people, separate. There's a word. There's a word in Hebrew for separate. Let me see if I can write it out here. To set apart is QADASH. When you set something apart, you make it holy, pure for us. So the Most High wants you to QADASH. But there is a word for separate. It's called badal. And of course, since you want to say your separation or you separate, you put the ending preposition. I'm sorry. No, not preposition. That's a lot. You put the there. Okay. You put this comma in because that is a preposition always before. What am I trying to say? That is the I'll think of it a second here. Can't think of it. It is badalka. Badal is a root word. Okay? Right there. And ka, you want to say you separate. So the word for separate, right here. This is what the Most High wants you to do. To separate from these. Okay? That's what he wants. That's what he compels you to do. Get away from these. Don't hang around this. Why? First of all, you don't need to. Possessive adjective, that's what I want to say. Oh, what slipped my mind there for a second. You know what I was thinking about? It's a possessive adjective. The possessive adjective, ka. Good, okay. The possessive adjective is ka. That's one of our possessive adjectives. There's many of them. We'll go over that in one of these classes here. You know, we don't have enough time in class to teach everything. But the word for it means to separate. Did I spell that right? I think it's separate. Shoot. I don't know. Something like that. Separate, okay. Badal, ka, separate. It goes along with QADASH. It means to set yourself off to the side, away from, to set aside something, to make it holy, to make it pure. So just separate. That's what he don't want you to become mixed up with these devils down here. You don't want to be rallying with them. You don't want to be doing any. You don't want to be out there rah, 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 and taking pictures and storming the White House. Looking for no stimulus check. you know, listen, in all seriousness, these are wicked devils. And then here in the ISUPK, we don't teach that you vote. I mean, we don't vote. So we teach that you don't vote. You don't vote. You don't need to, unless it's somebody like Commander Junior Hunter. If he ran for something like that, then that's different, because you want to elect somebody of your own people, you know, or one of the generals or somebody, you know. But you don't one of our own people. Why in the world you want to elect the lesser of two evils? What's your point? This place is going down. There is nothing you can do to save it. So ain't no sense you going out there voting. It ain't gonna do you no good. Separate, badalka. That's what this word means, because these are wicked devils. They're called. And of course, to understand that, as you go on further, that they're deceivers, they entered into the world. How many are there? Let's turn to 1 John 2 and 22. Let's see what else does he do. What else marks him? He's wicked, he's devilish, deceiver. What did I say? 1 John 2 and 22. All right, let's go. Let's go here. 1 John 2 and 22. Let's go. Got that one. Let's see. There we go. All right. Who is a liar, but he that denieth that Jesus is Christ? In other words, what do they do? Because they cover his face, they say, this white Christ is my Christ, and they're still lying because they're deceivers. Who is a liar? Okay? That denieth that Jesus is Christ, the real Christ. He is an antichrist or a deceiver. Well, let me show you. Let me show the head deceiver right here. Let me show you a picture of him. Let me show you one of the head deceivers right here. Let me show you one of these wicked bastards. That's the head deceiver. Y'all see him right there? That's one of the head deceivers. Does he look like me? Because that ain't Christ. That's one of the head deceivers right there. He is a liar, the Cesare Borgia. Okay? That's the son of one of the popes. Okay? Slept with his own sister. That is one of the head deceivers. This is the job that they did to us. Told us that this white Christ was one of us. He is an antichrist, because this is not Christ. So we throw him down on the floor. We'll throw him down on the floor. That is something you need to separate. Separate from him. Devil. It's the bigger devil. He's the head deceiver. one of the head honchos. You know, he was a gay lover with Leonardo da Vinci. He was during the Renaissance period. That's the painting one of the paintings that they did. I got a book called The Icons. They're different icons, Russian icons, this icon, that one. You got different places. They had it. They had his picture in there because Leonardo da Vinci painted it. The Pope commissioned him, you know, and that was his gay lover. How in the world that's going to be your Christ? Well, y'all better wake up out there. That ain't my Christ. That's not something that we want to even think about entertaining. We want to make sure that you understand who Christ really is. You know? We want to understand who Christ is. And y'all know who Christ is. Well, let's turn to him. Well, now we'll wait for a second right there. Let's go. Let's finish reading here. Revelation. Let's read it again. John. 1 John 2:22. Who is a liar? That's another characteristic. He's wicked. He's the devil. He's the deceiver, and he's also a liar. Who is a liar? But he that denieth that Jesus is the Christ, or Yahushua, Mashiach Yahushua, the real Savior, my salvation, my Savior. They're trying to say that this white Christ that they throw on the ground is the one. So that's a lie. Who is a liar? But he that denieth that Jesus is the Christ, he is an antichrist. That's because they're denying the real Christ. Okay? He's an antichrist that denieth the Father and the Son. That's antichrist. Against. He's against Christ. He's against the real Yahushua, Mashiach Yahushua. He's against the real one. He's against this one. What is that? Revelation? Let's go to Revelation. Let's go to that Revelation. Let's find out. What is it? 1? Let's find out the real. Let's read verse 1. The revelation of Yahushua, Mashiach Yahushua, who they call Jesus Christ, which the Most High gave unto him. Our Father gave this to Mashiach Yahushua to show unto his servants things which must to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by the angel unto his servant John. So he's showing John. Okay? Right here. What is he showing to him? John said this. He said, in verse 11, he said, I am Alpha. Now this is the real Christ here. The real Hamashiach Yahushua. Not this fake Cesare Borgia crap. Let's start and read it again. Saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. What thou seest right in the book is sent unto the 7 churches in Asia, Ephesus, Smyrna, Pergamos, Thyatira, Sardis, Philadelphia, and Laodicea. And I turned, this is John now, I turned to see the voice that spake with me. And being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks. This is what he said. And in the midst of the 7 golden candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, Christ, Hamashiach Yahushua, clothed with a garment down to his foot, just like the garments we wear in camp. It's like the garment we wear in class, in Sabbath class. Down to our foot, with a girt about the paps, got a girt to protect his mid, with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, full of wisdom. White like wool, full of word for you and me. White as snow. That beast down there don't look like that. We had that stringy hair. That don't look like a Mashiach Yahushua. Okay? White as snow. His eyes was a flame of fire. Man got green eyes, okay, that's not Christ. You know, Christ's eyes, flame of fire, hard to look at. You know, flame of fire. Brother get a drink now and then. You know, and his feet were like unto fine brass. Fine brass now. Fine brass. As though, here's the thing that you really would know. Fine brass. See if I can find some brass here. Fine brass. Let me grab a chapar over here. Fine brass right here. See? This color here, if you notice that color right there, that dark color, that real dark color right there, that's if you take brass and you burn it in a furnace, it's going to turn that dark brown right there. Okay? It's going to turn that dark brown. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if it was burned to a furnace. His voice was as the sound of many waters. I mean, he had a strong voice. You know, pretty much like when we blow the shofar. Had a strong voice. So Christ was a black man. He's a man of color. So this will come in all different shades of brown. So the next time somebody tell you that Christ looks like Cesare Borgia, they talk about that Cesare Borgia, the wicked, the devil, and the deceiver, talk about him, separate him from him anyway. You're supposed to be separated from him. Make sure you get away from him, because that man is a deceiver. He's a devil. I'm talking about, you know, if one of these devils over here, Cesare Borgia types, Nakal or deceivers, wicked, Rashad, that ain't somebody you want to be around. You know, separate from Esau. Separate from the deceiver. You know, you're supposed to be holy. Set yourself apart. You know, set yourself straight up and get away from that. Well, these are antichrists, man. These are people that are not interested in you. That's why they kill us in the street. That's why they hate you. Okay? See, we'll go to one of the last things we'll say here. We talked about, deceitful. And here's, let me look at the word, what is this? Beguile. Malachi 1:14. Let's show you what that word translates to. I looked it up. Malachi, let's see, I think it's 1:14. 1:14. But cursed be the deceiver, which hath in his flock a male of vile sacrifice. He's a deceiver, okay? Cursed be him, that deceiver. All right? So, anyway, deceitful, crafty, knavish. Like we see somebody calling us a knave, that's what you don't want to be called. Beguiled. A knave and a crafty and deceitful. That's what you want to avoid. That's what you want to avoid. This devil right here. This Nakal, that deceiver. You're supposed to separate from him. Okay? Get away. And we're going to end class a little bit early because we started a little bit early. But that's what you want to be. You don't want to be part of that. You want to make sure that we don't become part of this Washington and this all whatever they're doing out here. They're supposed to be that way. They're supposed to be crafty, knavish, deceitful. They're supposed to march and tear up things. Let them tear it up. You know, that nation is fallen. Babylon the Great is fallen. That's what America is. It's Babylon. Fallen to rise no more. That's one west. You know, get away. Separate while you can, while you have time. So we'll read some ISUPK announcements here. ISUPK, security announcement. We are at ISUPK, starting off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for the new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. Okay? Shed themselves of the age of societies out here. Okay? If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it after 6 months. You know, we'll go over that. If a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After a 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8 and 10 means 10th in the Hebrew, or ma'asharah, okay, which means 10th, okay? 10% of every penny of increase the Lord gives you, the Most High gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. The priest fund. Free will offering for the priests, not mandatory, but whatsoever amount you would like to give. The upholding convocations, of course, we have the next one coming up here is Purim, the 14th day of the 15th, the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. Thursday, February 25th, Friday, February 26th, 2021, Esther 9, 20, and 31. Okay? Of course, we have the Passover coming up here. Can't remember what day it was, but the Passover, check with your camp leader and get with the instructions for when the Passover is to take place. But it'll be the 14th day of the first month. I can't remember what that day it is, but it's anyway, Exodus 12, 1 through 51, Leviticus 23, 4 5, 1 Corinthians 5, 7, and 8, and 2 Corinthians 30 and 17. And I hope that we had a Tawab class today. Let's see who we've had checked in the class here before we get out. All right, sister. So we'll say to all of my brothers, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, Barakatham, to all of my brothers, Yahweh Shemar Athab Hashem Yahweh Shai, to the sisters, for that we say, Shalom.